brilliant. I would make sure my guts ain't showing.
They ain't.
Yes. Good evening, fellow groove riders. Wheel from Wheels Electrical Services. Welcome back to another episode of Electrician TV. It's too weird, isn't it?
Got good lighting.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's because we've done it. Right, in tonight's episode, what we do is we look at we first and second fix this shed, Ollie, didn't we? But we're recording it afterwards, so let's see how we get on.
So what we're doing here is we're getting some power to this shed here. Basically, see where someone's bodged that before. One of those has got a power which has got a spur inside, so we're going to put a whisker, take all that away, put a whisker box. Then we've got to cleat the armour to the bottom of this fence. This is AstroTurf or artificial grass. We did say we could probably roll it back and get that, but he preferred the idea of just cleating it to the bottom of this fence, which is going around there. And then what we're going to do is punch through the back, and then there's 2 sockets and 2 lights and a switch, and we're going to downgrade the even though it's only a 13 amp, we're going to downgrade it to a 5 amp. So there's a wall light going outside there, there's a socket going there, there's a socket going down underneath this window so they can plug in the fairy lights, and a 5-foot light in the middle here with a light switch going there. So all in all, should be quite nice. We're doing it all in Copex inside with singles. We've got a load of singles left over from last week, so we thought we'd use them up. Very odd. That Bluetooth 5 is actually on a wooden drum. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But yeah, so basically we're taking that apart there, Ollie. Yeah, inside the kitchen, in that cupboard, you'll see that there's a switch fuse spur. So if you get the plug top tester in there and isolate that, so we're going to have a Wago whisker box, cleat it down, and he wants it cleated to the bottom of this fence. We can't do it on the kick plate because he thinks it will smash the concrete, which I totally agree.
So we can literally put it on the bottom of the fence.
Yeah, and that's what he's asked for. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have done it that way, but that's what he's asked for. So yeah, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this all nice and sorted. We did actually buy some wood this morning so we can put all the sockets on noggins and all that, so it looks all nice and neat. We just got to get a couple of bits out from here, but we just got to take that out and all that, so it should be nice and sorted, Ollie. Right, if we clear this out, we get this out, we move this over to here, and then we should be all right. I reckon if we put the socket counter height, he ain't too bothered, but I reckon if we put it counter height and that one underneath there, because on that decking he's got this, the lady's got fairy lights which they want to plug in, and he weren't too sure what type of thing. That can go outside, yeah, it does.
Yes. If you could do us a massive favour, if you could show your support for the channel, if you could like, subscribe and click my bean, it helps the channel grow. So Ollie's been doing private jobs here before. Yeah, no, so basically that's just a double socket, and they've just literally put that switch in because I think it used to be fence lighting. I think they're putting fairy lights over there, so we're getting rid of that, yeah. And then we're just putting a whisker box over the top of it with a knuckle duster, and then we can take the earth, so we're earthing this bit of the cable at end. If we've got enough, which we should have, because I think I've got 25 metres, we can do the second link as well, but we'll do that inside the shed, yeah. So get this all isolated. It's on a spur inside, so get it all isolated, get it all made off before you put it on the wall, so you don't have to crouch down on the floor doing that, guys. Yeah. Right, so what we're going to do now, we've got this cleared, we're going to put a noggin here for the light switch, we're going to put a noggin there for that socket, then a noggin across there, so then we can have the unswitched one going up there. Or we could have it, yeah, we do that, then it reduces it, and then we have the middle light going through, bang. So we're literally just going to pull the unswitched fuse there, pull the permanent feed all the way along down to there, and then obviously we'll add the switch light pull loops for the neutral and the earth, and then we'll have the switch line start there and the switch line start there down to the switch, and that's how we're going to do it. Nice and easy. So what's that, Ollie? You've never seen that? Where they've used hose now.
There's a lot of water gone in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
So they're literally just switching their socket then, aren't they? That's why I'm in it, but it is what it is, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Private solid.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously the skill saws at the unit and all that, but even though this stuff is well easy to cut, that's a brand new bit as well, Fem one, metal and wood. So what I do with this little drill bit is I pilot it, so where we marked it all up there, we just use a set square to keep the holes level, but we literally just pilot it so it doesn't split when it goes through. I think it's that way around, I've done it anyway. Yeah, it's that way around. Yeah, and that's how I do it. It just makes it so it don't split. Orange Kit Kat didn't stand a chance, Ollie, did it? I've only been here 5 minutes, babe.
That one now, you can have another one in a bit.
Yeah, look, customers sorting us right out. Oi, oi, Ollie. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm using one of these. This is the JCC Tough LED or whatever it is. We usually use the Anstel, but I think Grant & Stone has started stocking these instead. But by the looks of it, you can convert these. I did see in the packaging somewhere that you can. I think you can actually convert these to emergencies without actually changing the whole light fit. And I think they just clicks into there, and you can do it that way. And also it's got a sensor as well, I see, which is quite interesting. But yeah, we're just using it as normal, and this is some of the bits that come with it, but we're just literally just use washers and screw it straight to the top. I think there's no weight to it and all that, and we're just doing this. We just put these in just because they're a bit more there's nothing to corrode on them, you know what I mean? That's the only reason why I like to use them, and that's why I prefer them over the surface ones, you know what I mean? But I think I'm going to hang it in that pitch rather than underneath. I think it'll look better. It might be brighter. Let's have a look. We're doing most of this actually in Copex. So what I've actually done is I've cut off a bit, I've drilled either end, and I've actually bought some adapters, because I was always under the illusion that if you buy the contractor pack, it was cheaper than actually buying the adapters. Where Jamie reckons it was a £5 cheaper or so, because we always buy it in 100-metre drums like that. Just because we usually use it for sleeving, for underneath insulation, underneath floors and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I bought that, so they just clip together on top of the cable, and then obviously get attached by a lock ring. So I'm going to put bits on either end, one bit there for that one, and one bit there for that, and then get that nice and sorted. But yeah, really interesting, because that only costs about 25 quid for an actual 100 metres, where I think it's about 7-8 quid for a contractor pack. Worth looking into. How it attaches onto that, I don't know if you can see that, the light's pretty poor. So that's just the adapter, it's just a 20mm, done that one. That one's a little bit longer because it's for the switch. I'll show you in a minute when it's mounted. Yeah, so as you can see, I've just gone through, done pencil marks for the actual spacing. So using the inch screws, so obviously they're not going to impregnate, come out the top, we're just going in the middle. So you just literally just hold them like that. Can you see that? Then they just go in like that. Nice, simple and easy. They look pretty clean.
I think they look good as well.
They look better than the normal saddles, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. There's no weight on this Copex, is there? So.
Well, we're going to put a bit of banding on afterwards, and that's how it's going to look, yeah?
Sweet.
Pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Ollie? I think Chelsea going to get on tonight, Ollie.
I hope you win.
Yeah, I do and all. First thing I thought about when I woke up this morning. I love it when it's a big game, because I say it is. That's how we're going to do it. Looks alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. So we're just fitting that box up there, just to knock out the bits that come through with the whisker boxes and all that. I'll just use a 20mm bush and all that, because that's going to go straight through. And I think we're probably going to put a stuffing gland coming out the bottom, just for a bit of twin and a half to the wall light, because obviously we can't use singles going through there because it's got to be double insulated. So we're going to do it that way. So, little progress report. Ollie's finally got that cable cleated all the way along there. It is what it is, Ollie. You've done a nice neat job. So we brought it through around the back. We've got that bit there sorted now. So that's coming down. So we're going to come around the bottom. We've used the knuckle duster, which I'll show you a close up for that. So this cable's earthed. So what we've done is we've banjoed this right hand one, so then we don't have to do it there, because oddly enough I'm bringing that into that spur, not the socket. But it is what it is. We've got to live a little, haven't we, Ollie? So we're just going to make this off, and then the off cut we're going to take round the outside. Well, clip it inside now. Yeah. So we only impregnate the cabin once. Yeah, but we're getting there, aren't we? Should we do a nice little bit of armoured slice action?
Maybe you want.
Me and Ebsy do end-to-end readings on all our videos. Me and you will do. All we do is armoured slices.
Is that the mark there?
Yeah. Is that my one?
That's my one. Yours is the newer one.
Yeah.
Not after today though.
What?
It's a joke.
It's a banter. Like it.
Thanks.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did actually show this on the last video. It's funny, really, because even when it first come out, I frowned upon these because, you know, at the end of the day, doing it with a junior ain't a problem. But this is just absolutely no problem whatsoever, is it?
Nah.
I always count 20. It does actually tighten as you go along, doesn't it? So.
Does it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So now you can hear it. That's the money shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when I stripped it on the last video on that ergo,
Yeah.
that absolutely come out a treat. But
Yeah.
it does actually work like that every time, though, to be fair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Eddie. What we might do is, when the cables come up there, to keep them nice and tight, we might just band it.
Yeah.
Might look better than two things. It's 20, not 200.
I normally do more than 20 because.
I'd probably say, you know, when you can hear it cutting, you could probably say, yeah. So if you feel that, see that little bit of tension, that's what it is.
Does, yeah.
Right, so let's show what it actually does. So can you actually see? Gee, where's the light? Can't really focus in, but it gives you the perfect
Want me to shine a torch on that?
score. No, when we strip it, I'll show her. Got a knife.
We'll do this first.
Oh, groovy. I'll do this first. Do two of them then, and then we can do the other one. I'll start stripping the other one, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're just making them up. Get them all nice and sorted. Just show them the grips you're using on it. So they're just the little Nipex ones. I've got loads of different variations, but for some reason I just keep them ones in there because they're ideal for these 20mm. Because they've got the flat jaw. They don't score up all that the way the grips do, don't they? Yeah. You also use these. So these types of grips, which are perfect for stuff like hands and stuff like that, they scratch them up, Ollie, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that look like? It looks alright, doesn't it? It's
Good.
What we've done along here is we've actually used banding instead of cleats. Just keeps it nice, tighter and all that. But yeah, we could just hammer them level with the wood. That'd be fine. It's not a problem. Then we just got to run that one along the bottom. to that one there, and that turned out really nice.
The easiest way of cutting these, you see where I've got that laser, so that's the top of the box, yeah? So that's where it's got to be cut for it to go in, and we'll just use that, yeah? This one is the Nipex one, which I'm not the biggest fan of, to be fair. I think it's more for plumbers, because see that bit there, it stabs the conduit. When you're using 20mm like rigid plastic conduit, it pushes it crushes it, doesn't it? Where the other ones are more like a scissor action, aren't they? And but they're okay. They're expensive, but they're not an improvement. It's frustrating when they're expensive and they're not an improvement. Yeah.
Yeah. Just coming to wire it. What I've done is I've wired this draw wire all the way through to there. So I don't know what one it is. CK one, I think. So it's Spiroflex, yeah, the CK one. We've got 325, so what we're going to do is we're going to put them all the way up to that. That's going to be the first light. That's a wall light out the back, and that is going to be that. So what we'll do is we'll pull it up to there, measure off this brown all the way to this switch, the permanent feed, and then we're going to add another one for that switch line, pull a loop in the neutral and the earth, and do the same for that light, and add another switch line. I'll show you each one. Right, so what we've done now is we've measured the feed all the way off to there, and then we've cut the neutral on the earth. So we're going to have Wagos or the thing there, because where we're going to have an outside light, we've got to literally just do that little 6 inches into an earth stuffing gland at the top, and then we've added the switch line. We marked it up as 2, because that's a 2-game switch, and that is going to be the first one. Yeah?
Yeah.
What we've got there, we've got two browns there. We're going to add the next one, which I always leave the feeds without a mark, so I know which are feeds. So I'm nick that one with 1. That one up there's got 2. So now we're going to leave the neutral here, because obviously the neutral don't need to be down the switch, which was long before downlights and all that sort of caper. You know what I mean? I remember being in a pub, and a couple of geezers that I work with got in a massive row about it as well. Like, because obviously having the neutral at the switch in singles used to be massively frowned upon, unless you've obviously got a neon or something like that. You know, like neon lights, what we get at the school for the emergencies.
Yeah.
You know, unless you have a neon there, having a neutral at the switch used to be massively frowned upon. I'm pretty sure. Just because it's poor wiring.
Oh,
just because poor wiring. But now, because obviously we have downlights and we feed the lights, because back in the day you'd never dream of feeding the lights, feeding the switches, would you? Because you waste so much more cable. Yeah. But obviously doing downlights, it's a lot quicker for a second fix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so you're ready to pull that one down then, guys, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically what we've got is we've got the feed, 2 switch line and the earth. So that's going to be end of line for the earth. That is end of for the neutral, because that's the last light on the circuit, isn't it? And that's the unswitched view spur down there. Yeah, ready to pull it
That's
through.
that all wired. So basically we've just got the feed coming in from where Ollie is there, all the way through to there, and then we've got number 1, which is going to be number 1 switch is this light here. That's the end of line for the neutral, and then number 2 is that whisker box up there, which is actually going to be this carriage light, that little light there, that Ansell bad boy, to match them outside ones. That's how we're doing it. Nice and simple, really, isn't it, guys? Going well, isn't it? Massive improvement in these lights. Well, obviously they're different brands to what we usually use, but see, but they've got these cable holders that keep them all out the way. The other thing is, Ollie, is the switch gear is actually on the back of the light, isn't it? Where it's not in the base. That's where normally they have the ballast and all that, isn't it? Yeah. Of the older types, but yeah, that is a massive improvement. That I do like that. That's that bit going through there. So we've had, because a bit of a nightmare, but what I can do about that, but I've had to transfer it over to 20.5 where it goes through the wood there, so you know what I mean, and the light fitting won't be able to have it, so literally just about to test it all, get it all nice and sorted. Probably get some more tools out, Will. That is almost it all sorted, all nicely done. We just got to test it. It's all done. I don't really like how we've done that there, but there's not really a lot we could do about it, because if we clip it anywhere else, it's just going to wave around in the ring. But where he's always going to have them benches there, you're never going to really see it or ever come in contact with it. So it is what it is. I know a lot of people do run their armours there, but I suppose you're never really going to apply any pressure and all that. And that's all cleated through there, all nicely done. Holly's just getting the loop of the mains, and I'll show you with it all on in a minute. Yes, that is it, all nice and sorted, all nice and done, nice and simple. A few hours, now it's dinner time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're going to be anything to be electric up the old blues, you know.